Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you doing? It's currently 10:19 a.m. my time, so I'm still in the morning while making this recording. You're probably going to have access to this. I'm going to be live streaming this tomorrow evening, so it's going to be in the evening if you're going to watch the live, join the live stream, then it's probably going to be in the evening. So good evening to you. Yep. So welcome to another FX market overview from me. Today is 9th March 2024. This week has been really amazing. Grateful for all the wins. I mean, last week was a losing week for me. I told you guys I took a loss on Euro JPY. That was the only trade I took last week, just one trade, and I made a loss last week. But then this week, I mean, it's been really, really been a good week for me. All right. So what we're gonna do is okay, first, let's to the right of the screen. These are the assets we're going to be talking about today. As you can see, we have the dollar index. That's the first thing we always talk about. Euro USD, that's fiber, GBP USD, cable, the NASDAQ. Right? I know I didn't had NASDAQ to the list last week, but as the week unfold, I saw some opportunities. I wanted to get in on a NASDAQ and added it to my radar, and they played out well. And then Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin made two all-time highs this week. First one at 69,000 and a few dollar, like $69,009 something. And then came back down and then Bitcoin hit 70,000 for the first time ever yesterday. So yesterday I received a notification because I already had my notification at 70,000, right? So Bitcoin hit 70,000 for the first time. A very, very amazing history made on Bitcoin, right? When it first made all-time highs at 69,000, New York Times posted it, Bloomberg Business posted it, a lot of this big news outlets posted it on their Instagram page because, I mean, Bitcoin is not going anywhere, right? Look at how it came up. Look at the rebound from 15,000. Really, really amazing. And then I caught some opportunities on Bitcoin. I'm going to show you also. Then we're going to be looking at NASDAQ and then CAD already took out the daily highs, just like we anticipated. And then Euro GBP, Euro JPY, AHF, and then Euro NZD. Okay, so all in all, we're going to be looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we're going to be looking at 11 assets, right, on this call. So we're going to divide the call into two parts, right? The first part of this call is going to be a review of all the trades I took this week. And then the other part is going to be the trade idea. Now, as I'm reviewing the trades I took this week on each of these assets, I'm going to be ending it also with what I'm anticipating for this week, right? So it is not really divided in two parts because even after the review, I'm also going to be talking about what I'm anticipating to happen for the currency pair, for that particular currency pair or asset for this week, right? So what I'm going to do on this call is in the YouTube, when you check the videos, the timeline, I'm going to help you split it so you can see the review and then the trade idea, then the review and then the trade idea. So if you do not want to watch the review of my trades, you can just skip it straight to the trade idea. What am I anticipating for this week? And then you can just jump right there and see what I'm talking about and what is most likely going to happen for the currency pair this week, right? So once again, you're welcome to my FX market overview. So I drop weekly outlooks every week, right? Saturday, Sundays, I make the videos and then I upload them. I upload it to YouTube, and then every Sunday by 8 p.m., that's 20:00, I always premiere the video, right? So the video is going to play first as a live video, and then you can join if you have like free time on Sunday evening by 8, you just want to look at what's going to happen in the market in the coming week, you can just up in every Sunday 8 p.m. I premiere the video first, and then after the premiere, it's I drop it in the YouTube, so you can watch it my channel later on. Right. So once again, I want to welcome you to FX market overview for this coming week. Right. So once again, today is 9th March 2024. So trading for this week has been concluded yesterday. So let us proceed. Now on my screen, you can see what I have first is the dollar index. Since the beginning of this year, every weekly outlook, I started with dollar index, right? So I'm sure you're used to that by now. Once you up into the weekly outlook, the first thing you're going to see is the dollar index on a monthly time frame, right? And I think this is how I'm going to do it till the year ends, right? So we're going to be seeing each of these candles monthly as we start. And we're in the month of March. March is printing a bearish candle already, right? On January, we had a bullish candle, which we called out together, right? I said, want to see January candle go up. And we had reasons for that because we wanted price to go into the imbalance on a monthly time frame. So January didn't give us that push into the imbalance. Therefore, we said that February candle is also going to be a bullish candle at some point that is going to lead us into that imbalance. And then price actually did what we anticipated. Price on February, throughout the month of February, was a bullish candle. Now, February candle came into the imbalance. The condition has been met already. March candle now is giving us a bearish candle. Now we have 19 days, 14 hours for this candle to close. A lot can still happen. Don't be surprised. This candle can still end up being bullish. But presently now, what we have is a bearish candle, and price is actually respecting the analysis I've always been telling you every week. Right, we want to see price come into the imbalance, price deep dive. I want to see price reject from there after sweeping the liquidity and all. Right now, scaling down to the daily time frame. The daily time frame now, we can see that the dollar index really, really is dropping. Right, you have been following me. We called out the buy from here. We said we wanted you to take out this high and take out this internal liquidity, come into the imbalance. Broke structure. Then we started to say, okay, I want to see price go down. I want to see price start to come down. Now, there wasn't really a motive like a liquidity to be captured on the dollar index, like I told you last week, last 2 weeks, right? But for EU, I could see the liquidity to the upside. Now, so if the institutions are going to aim for the liquidity, dollar index is going to drop, right? Dollar index is going to come down, and that is what is happening. It is actually respecting the structure and give us a lower high and then continue to drop further down. So now, is it most likely going to continue to go down? Now, based on this liquidity we have here, and based on this equal lows we have here, and based on what price is created here, it is looking like it is still going to come down, right? It is looking like it is still going to come down, but have in mind that there's going to be a moment of retracement, right? Or you could just drop, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a moment of retracement where it's going to go up. Then even though it's going to further come down, that's going to be much later, right? But for dollar index now, it is still bearish. Let us look at what EU uh, has to offer. Now for EU, I explain to you that EU most likely will go up because of what the liquidity. Right, we had daily highs in this area. We had this high, we had this high, and we had this high. This is daily liquidity in this area. And I said because of the liquidity, dollar index, EU most likely is going to go up. Now it has actually taken out this daily high, and now we have another one in this area now. So you see it created, took out one to create another one. Now this equal highs we have on EU here is the same as that low we have on the dollar index down here. And you see, but dollar index is not so close to it like how EU is. Okay, so when I see this liquidity, I already have a directional bias. So what I do is I go to lower time frame, like I've always been telling you. I now start to go into lower time frame as the week unfolds, and then look for those opportunities to get in before price actually takes out the high. Now on EU this week, I took 3 trades on EU this week. I mean, I took quite a number of trades this week because I was actually at home and I was always up early for London session. So I was going to trade. I always trade like this week. I would trade Berlin. That's the pre-London, right? 8 a.m. and then London opens by 9, and then I'm just trading from like 8 to 11. So that's like the Q zone I've been using this week. Right, start trading from 8 and then end it by 11, and then I take a break, then start 2 p.m. for New York, and then to like 5. Right. So, but then once I make like wins on London, I probably just do not trade New York because of just okay. So now EU this week, I'm just going to review the 3 trades I took this week on EU. Right. So EU going to the 1 hour time frame. Already I said I want to see one higher pricing because of the daily highs. Now, aside from that, I saw that, okay, let's just use this. Okay, this was the daily highs. I said I want to see price takeout. But now scaling down to the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame, I think I explained to you. I also showed you this liquidity, right? I showed you this liquidity last week, and I was like, we can take this and not take this one, or we take this down one and not get an opportunity to take this one up, right? But I saw, on Monday, price was going to the upside. That was pre-Berlin, pre-London. Price was already going to the upside, right? That was the Asian session, right? Price was going to the upside, and on the 15 minutes time frame, I saw this, right? So liquidity came all the way up here. Okay, so this was around. This was already 9 a.m. So around 8 a.m. That was Berlin session, right? And then price went all the way to the upside, created that equal highs. It didn't take out the liquidity, right? So I saw this, and then we entered London session, 9 a.m. Right, as you can see, this was London candle, this candle, this one, yeah, was it this one? Yes, went up and then started to drop, right? And then as soon as price started to drop, what I did was I saw, okay, based on structure, that we had this high, we had this low, and we had this high. And then we have the liquidity still present there. London, they didn't take out the high. So instead created equal highs, wanted more people to get in, believing that that's going to be a resistance, and which it actually held, gave about, all the drop was about a 20 pip respect of the resistance, right? So whoever had gotten in playing resistance and took about 17 pips made money from it, right? That's what like I always tell you, there is no one way to trading, right? There is no one approach. Just know what you're doing and be disciplined with your risk, right? You will do well, right? You will do well. Okay, there's no one holy grail. This is how to trade, right? So whoever taking that for the 17 people would have actually made profit. But what I saw was that, okay, I'm seeing this resistance now held equal highs. That's liquidity for me. Okay. And then price dropped. So what I did was I had a 15-minute entry. Yeah, a 15-minute limit order. Let me show you quickly. That was the first trade I took this week. Oh my God. It just resulted in a loss for me. Okay, I think, let me show you. I marked it up really early, even before price got to the equal highs. Yeah, you see, this was around 7:56 in the morning. Right, this was even before Berlin session, before all of that. Right, so I saw this, high, I saw this low, and I saw, okay, this is liquidity here, right? And then we have this high, and I am anticipating that institutions are going to take out, right? And then I add the hint balance, saw this candle. Okay, this is also a mitigation candle because it swapped the liquidity. Also, as an imbalance there with liquidity below. Right. So what I wanted was institutions to take out the low, fill me in, and then all the way to the upside. But look at what happened. But that didn't happen. Going into Berlin, pre-London session, price just started to go up. And then into London, price just dumped. Now, if you look at this, my stop loss was at 1.08380. If you look at it well, my stop loss got hit here because this candle came down to 1.08378. That was just a two pip SL, and I didn't adjust my stop loss. I was okay with my risk. It hit my SL fine. And then what happened was price came down, London session just dropped, took out the liquidity. You can see I marked it here, but then in this area, I didn't mark it. It was a down range for me. I didn't consider this to be liquidity. But then I was on the screen. I saw our price took my SL, and then my money went like, okay, okay. And then I noticed that, okay, now what is going to happen after the sweep of liquidity? I was interested. I wanted to see what's going to happen after the sweep of the liquidity. So what I did was I went straight to the, let me see, was it a 1 minute time frame? I had the markup. I'm coming. Yes, so this was the second markup. I think it was a 1 minute time frame. Exactly. So on a 1 minute time frame, as you can see here, okay, now price has hit my SL. What is going on in this area? I saw that, okay, price is starting to create higher pricing now. As you can see, came down here in low, lower high, lower low, and then went up. Right. And then I saw this imbalance and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's get in again. Right. And then I had my entry at 1.08400 with a very small stop loss. Right. So this was it here. Exactly. So I got in again and boom, this was it. And then I saw many opportunities to get into hard entries, but I wasn't, I'm risking live money. So I need to be really careful with what I'm doing. So I got in here. This was a 3 pip stop loss. So, 3 pip stop loss, a very small stop loss. My lot size is going to be way more bigger, right? So I got in again. I go activated here and I was seeing how price was going up and then gave this consolidation, went back up again, and then went all the way to this eye, came down. You can see the way I was following it. I saw this imbalance. Okay, price. Okay, this was the 15-minute imbalance. Price came all the way up. I was still on the screen, right? I saw this imbalance as price was coming down. I was like, okay, is it going to get here? Because then what I was doing was I wasn't ready to take another loss on this trade. So I was adjusting the SL as price was going up. When it came to this eye, I already had my stop loss at break even. Was consolidating, created these equal lows. As you can see, I thought, okay, he's going to come for this lows and go down. But I was already at break even already. I wasn't ready to take another loss very late in the morning again. Just 2 consecutive losses that fast. No. So I had my stop loss at break even. Yeah. And then price went up, created equal lows. Didn't come for it, went up again. When price came all the way up, I had my stop loss in this kind of week here. And then it came back down. I saw how price was coming down into this imbalance. I was watching what was going to happen in the imbalance. Then I started to see higher pricing again, and then came all the way up here, created this liquidity. I was like, okay, it's going to take it out. Then dropped again. When it came down here, I had my SL here. So I was adjusting it. I wasn't ready to take a loss. Worst come to worst is going to take me out in profit, which is going to recover the loss because I'm already up more than 1-to-1 already. So that's already going to return the loss I made on the earlier trade. Right. So I already knew what's come to worst. I'm just going to end this morning with break even. Right. And then I had my stop loss here and then started to go up again, took out the liquidity, created this high, and then I put my stop loss here. So I was already adjusting my stop loss already. And then this was the high I was anticipating, this liquidity here, 18 pip, right? I was looking at it. And then we started to have some moment of consolidation, like serious consolidation around London Open. This was London Open candle here. And I started to see how price was just consolidating up and down in that area. And then it came all the way up here and then came down and then up again and then came down. And then when it created this high very close to my TP, I was so close to my final target already. Yeah, I just put my stop loss in this area. So this was the kind of way I put my this week here. If price comes down, fine, I'm okay. This is already way more than what I wanted already. So I wanted 1 to 3. I already had about a 1 to 4.7. So I was okay if price is gonna come down. And thank God I did. Because look at what happened next. Look at this was crazy. I was just like, oh my God. Thank God I put the stop loss there. Took me out at 1 to 4.7, recovered the one loss I had. So I was up like 3.7 already, extra profit, right? But then price had not taken out the liquidity. Price had not taken out the liquidity, instead created more of the liquidity. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to continue to monitor this. And then on the 3 minutes time frame, I saw another opportunity to get in, which I'm going to show you right now. This one I was Exactly. This is it. On the 3 minutes time frame, as you can see, exactly. I saw, okay, we're so close to the high. Price has given me a bullish breaker structure in this area. And then there's this imbalance again, right? Sorry, I removed the the number at which I got in, right? But then this is it. This is it. Yeah. So price broke the structure. Okay, boom. And that was my entry. Go activated again. I was like, let's go. I mean, I was already up 3.7, 3.70 reward. So I was okay. When I wanted to take this trade, I was like, if you hit stop loss, fine, at least then I'm still going to be in profit. So you know what? I think the liquidity is going to be the play. So let me still, if I get this opportunity, I'm going to take it. And then I got in with the same risk. Now I'm not putting bigger risk, it's still the same risk I'm going to get in with. And then I got in and price just exploded to the upside, took me out, and that was a trade. That was my EU trade for this week. And then let's go back to the 1 hour time frame. Now, those are the two trades. I three trades. The first one was a loss, and the rest two were actually profit and profits. And then look at how EU just went all the way to the upside. Just look at this. This is magnificent, right? I didn't even wait for price to just come to this daily highs. I knew that was eventually going to be the target, but I was okay with this one, and just allowed the rest to play out. And look at what happened in this area. Came down again, created lows here, and then actually saw another opportunity to get in here in this area. But I was just very conscious of this equal lows, and I thought price was going to come for this liquidity. So that's why I didn't take this entry, because as you can see, we had this high, this higher low, and this higher high. But I was skeptical, and because I saw a price swap this liquidity, so we had an institutional mitigation candle here, but because of this liquidity, I wasn't just okay. That was how I missed out on all of this big move. And I mean, EU really, really moved. Now, so what is going to be my projection for EU this week? Let's go back to the daily time frame and just delete all of this. Now, daily time frame, we can see this one has been swept. This liquidity here has been swept. So let us put, you know what? Let's just delete all of this, here. Okay, and have a clean chart. So now we still have liquidity. We still have liquidity here, and we also have a new, liquidity that's created now. So Friday candle was a bullish candle. I mean, came all the way up, and now it ended bearish, but at some point you can see bought really up. So my projection for EU is that we're still going to see higher pricing. Now there is no imbalance, as you can see, but to the 2-day time frame, this was that imbalance I saw and played out really well. But for now, 2-day time frame, weekly time frame, daily time frame, I'm still going to be anticipating higher pricing for EU because of this liquidity, and there's this imbalance here and this one. But right now, I'm not seeing any imbalance or where I think price might come to and then start to go back up from. We go to the 4 hours time frame. You can see this one, this one here. But then I want to have this. Okay, I still want to have this here. Okay, I'm gonna have this lows, and yeah. So on the 4 hour time frame now, if price EU is gonna go up, you can see based on the structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, it is already inside the imbalance, already played the imbalance and then went up. Right. So the first point of interest for me for this coming week is going to be what is going to happen inside this area for the fiber. Right, what's going to happen inside this area? I can see this down candle swept some liquidity before going up. Right, so what's going to happen inside this area? Now, if we are going to have this with demand and supply, we can see that this area actually is an area of demand and supply, right? We had some demand, we had some demand, we had some supply, and we had supply. So let us do this, okay? What, just up this also on your chart. Okay, what's going to happen inside this area? This is going to be the first point of interest for me, where I'm going to be looking at, okay, if EU comes into this area, are we going to start seeing higher pricing, start aiming for this high? right? So this is just a higher time frame point of interest. We're going to wait as the week unfolds, go into lower time frame, because I'm not going to say right now have a limit. Once market opens, just have a limit and then put a stop loss here. That's a 40 pip is already too much of a stop loss for me. And see, so I'm not going to do this. Okay, let's wait and see what is going to happen inside this imbalance. Okay, now on the daily time frame, there's no imbalance. I know the directional bias is going to be to the upside, but it might want to retrace a little bit more. Just you know just wait and see what is going to happen, right? So this is the first point of interest. If price doesn't expect this one, then most likely I'm going to be looking for more. Maybe this one, maybe 50% of this candle. Maybe you want to come for these lows. As the week unfolds, we are going to see is that. But I know order flow overall is going to be to the upside, right? There might be some down days, but overall directional bias is going to be up for me on Euro USD. Yeah, so that's my projection for EU. Next one now is going to be GBP USD. GBP USD, very, very amazing. I told you GBP USD that it might not come down anymore. If you remember, right? It might not come down anymore because, like I said, if EU was going to go up, dollar index was going to come down for the liquidity. I said this last week. We might start to see higher pricing on cable, and that might not it might not come down to take out the liquidity anymore like we were anticipating, right? It's okay to change your bias. It's okay to have a changed bias if the market is presenting something else to you, right? So if the market is not giving you what you want, then just look at what the candles are saying and change your bias. And that was what I did, and I caught a very nice buy on GBP USD on the was it a 1 hour time frame? No, 15 minutes time frame. So 15 minutes time frame. This was on Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday, because I didn't trade GU on Monday. On Tuesday, I was already positive about dollar GU going to the upside, right? And then on Tuesday, I saw this equal highs. Yeah, right, I saw this high, and then I had my entry on the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, the entry was on the 15 minutes time frame, and it was also this was even the London session, the Q zone that's 8 to 11 was already out of it. I didn't see the opportunity to get in, and then I was late. Let me even see when I marked this. Okay, let us see. I'm coming. Uh, oh shit! I remember. I don't have the markup for the trade. Yes, I was just actively. I didn't save the markup. Yeah, I didn't save it, but I actually uh, executed the trade. So what I did was I saw that we had okay, London Open was down here, and then we had this low, this high, this low, and then we broke structure to the upside. And I saw this equal highs in this area and also this one here, right? And then I had my demand supply level. So we had some supply, we had some supply, we had some supply. And then I also projected it to the future where my entry was at, see, I was looking to play the 80 level. My stop loss, that was just a 9 pip stop, and I was aiming for this high. Now, this spike up was really, I didn't even know there was going to be news, right? Because my rule is, okay, on my private account, I can trade news. When it comes to the prop account, no news, because I don't want sudden moves and then I'm going to take a loss or a loss bigger than what I've already agreed, right? Because when trading with prop firms, they give you the rules, max drawdown and all, but then I can't even max out the drawdown limit because I'm using a very, very small amount of risk. I think I'm using about 0.5% or less. So it's not even up to 1% risk per trade. But then I don't like to, because if this had gone against me, it would have been really bad, right? But then it just went up. It was just so close to profit, started to come down, and then just exploded all the way to the upside. And boom, I was actually watching this and watching Bitcoin at the same time. So I was looking at this, looking at Bitcoin, and price just went all the way to the upside. And this was my trade. It was I couldn't get an entry below London, so it was close liquidity. And see, immediately price took out this liquidity because I've seen cases where price would take out liquidity, immediate one, and then drop. So immediately price took out this liquidity. I wasn't ready to take another loss. They took it out. I had my stop loss here. As you can see, stop loss. And then this next candle went up, and the next candle started to come down again from this week, and then just went up. I was like, fine, stop loss is safe. And then price came all the way up, started to come down, and then just straight for the liquidity, because I had my TP at this high at 1.27095. And then price hit my TP, and that was it for Tuesday. And it came down and then started to go back up again. So this is my trade idea for GBP USD. Very, very amazing trade. So now, what am I projecting for GU? What's my projections for GU? Price is taking out the liquidity. The first one I was a part of, this liquidity I showed you. And now I also saw another liquidity on Friday, which price just took it out, didn't waste time. So GU now is bullish. As you can see, we had, I mean, all week GU was bullish all throughout this week. Bullish Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So now, if EU is still going to go up, okay, and GU is still going to gain more strength because of Euro GBP, I'm going to come there in a couple of minutes. Now, GU most likely is going to go up. But now I'm not seeing any of the liquidity on the daily time frame. So there is nothing for me that is going to make me want to continue to look at GU to want to get in on a trade. Yes, structure is bullish, might continue to go up, respect market structure, but where is it? What targets? I'm not seeing any daily highs that is going to be engineering price to go up. I know it's going to go up, but I'm not seeing anything. So I'm not going to be looking at GU this week. There's nothing. So for now, just going to take it off the radar. GU is done for me. Done with GU. Liquidity has been captured. That's it. Right. And yeah. So now the next trade is NASDAQ. Now I didn't have this trade to last week radar, but I saw something really amazing, right? On Thursday evening, because I didn't take any trade on Wednesday and Thursday, right? Then on Thursday night, before I went to bed, I was already marking up some trades for London session tomorrow, Friday, right? And then I saw NASDAQ had this liquidity to the upside, right? I saw this 1 hour liquidity. Okay, that was on Thursday, as you can see. So like, okay, this is going to be a play for tomorrow, Friday, London session, right? And then London session came on Friday. On the first entry I had was on the 30 minutes time frame, which, as you can see, I missed this trade. Right, I missed this trade. It didn't fill me in. That's it. The entry was so precise. I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy. You can see we had this liquidity. I saw that structure was already coming in a bullish form, higher low, higher high. So we had a range, and then I wanted to buy this at this imbalance. Let me show you the markup. That GU markup, I was about to do something immediately, so I couldn't have the markup. I only placed it on my phone and just went. So for NASDAQ, this was the first entry. Yeah. As you can see, it was price was already there because the like I was discussing with, I was immediately when I wanted to take this trade, immediately I came to the office, it was already price was already there. So I had to do the calculation quickly because the for NASDAQ, different brokers have the way they read their the way they you can place, or how do I put it now? For we all know generally to calculate EU is going to be easy to get the lot size and each of these currency pairs. But when it comes to asset like gold, comes asset like the indices, different brokers have different way of calculating lot size. So I had to quickly figure out what is going to be for NASDAQ, not on my Pepperstone account now, but for the proper account. So I was thinking, what's going to be how to calculate the lot size. I was doing the calculation when price just came here and then just went up, and it didn't even come back there. So I had my limit waiting, anticipating that price is going to come back there. This was Berlin session, just opened, came down for the liquidity, boom, just went up, and it went up. It didn't come back down there again. As you can see, this was the entry. It's 1 to 3 already. So immediately got to 1 to 3, I just deleted the limits. That's it. I just deleted the limit. And then I waited for London. I was still on chair since it's just 1 hour to London. Then London session, I saw another entry on the 15 minutes time frame. On the 15 minutes time frame, this candle was London candle. Immediately London opened, the price came down. came into the imbalance, and then went up straight to the upside. But then this also did not fill me in. What a crazy day. He didn't fill me in. Wait, let it load up. Yeah, as you can see, this was NASDAQ. Look at 8:55, 5 minutes to London session. This was the last candle that was going to print, and the next candle is going to be London session. I saw the imbalance. I knew, okay, it's going to come there. Up we go. So I had my limit set already, waiting. And then what happened? Boom, London session opened. You can see by the week came down and then just exploded to the upside. Didn't feel me in. I was really pained. I was talking with my partner. I was like, I love this trading, feel me in. I wasn't happy and all of that. Like, it happens. Right? And it was like, you should get a trading body. So it didn't fill me in, and I missed out on this trader. So I deleted the limit, and because once trade hit my TP, that's all. All right, I wasn't going to take the, and thank God I did delete it, because look at, just came down and then just boom, boom, and then just went back up again. So that's how I missed out on this trade. And look at what even happened, right? The institutions didn't even come for the liquidity that fast. They had to come back down, you see, and then this one took out all the liquidity that was now down here, that has been building and building, and then the move now happened, and then price now went up for the liquidity. So you see, so this was my NASDAQ trade, 2 entries. I missed it. I couldn't get an entry, right? Because if I'd gotten in, I'd have actually taken partials, even though overall I would have had my overall TP here. But as price was coming down, it would have actually stopped me out in profits. I would have actually made something on these two trades, but I didn't get in that. So now, what am I anticipating for NASDAQ this week? Looking at the daily time frame. Now, I haven't had that NASDAQ on my radar for a long time, because price is just at all-time highs. So there's no liquidity, there's none of that. So I'm just like, okay, what's going to happen? Right. But I saw the opportunity and I couldn't be a part of it. So now what am I anticipating for NASDAQ now? We have this high, swap this liquidity, and maybe they're going to come for this one then. Okay. Maybe. Not sure, but maybe, because we can see we have this equal lows down here in this area. So maybe the institutions are going to come for this liquidity down here. Right. So just keep an eye on this liquidity here. Maybe the institutions are going to come for it. So what I'm saying is maybe early lower pricing on NASDAQ, and then overall it might end up being bullish, but I think maybe they're going to come for this liquidity here. So just keep an eye on that for NASDAQ. That's what I'm anticipating. And then for Bitcoin, oh my God, Bitcoin made 2 all-time highs this week. 2 all-time highs. Like I said, when I started this recording, 2 all-time highs. I was able to join the first one. I didn't take the second one to 70K. Right. So really, really amazing trade. I mean, we Bitcoin lovers, we are excited to see how Bitcoin really moved from 15K all the way to 70. That is so amazing. Sheesh, that's about 55,000 move. Oh, from 15K straight to 70,000. That's really amazing. So I was able to, me now, I like Bitcoin. So my first entry was this one here. This was my first entry here on Bitcoin. I saw the structure, higher high, higher low, higher high. I saw this imbalance, right? This imbalance was here. I knew, okay, this is going to be a play. I wasn't even so positive on this because I didn't take this trade. I only marked it up and saw it played out well. The one I took was this one here, this second one. The first one, I didn't take this one, but I just saw it play out, right? Price activated here. We had many hours of consolidation, and then price. When I saw price sweep this liquidity and then started to go up, I knew, okay, it's time for Bitcoin to start buying. Because the fact that it swept this liquidity and didn't even come all the way down to SL, that means the institutions only wanted to take out the liquidity and then start to take price all the way to the upside. And then it swept the liquidity and then price started to go up. And I knew, okay, Bitcoin is coming for this what? dynamic liquidity in this area here. I mean, this one. All this liquidity we had here, right? So Bitcoin swept the liquidity and then started to go up. And then that was my entry was at 61,800. That was the entry I had. Yeah. And then the price went all the way to the upside. As you can see, I took this entry all the way to the first all-time highs we had up here. And then my second entry was on the 3 hours time frame. Oh, sorry, I mean the 2 hours time frame. All right, so 2 hours time frame. Oh, was it the 3 hours time frame now? Okay, wait, let me check the markup. Yes, this was the markup. Oh, actually, it was on the 30 minutes time frame. This entry was on the 30 minutes time frame. So a very nice opportunity, which I got in. And now this trade, the reason why I left this trade, because even after I got to my TP, because normally I wouldn't do that, was because I've been trading Bitcoin for a very long time. So I know how it works. And I know if it's going to come down without taking out the liquidity, because it came all the way up here, it didn't create all-time highs, and then started to come down. I knew it was going to come to an area of demand supply, feel an imbalance, and reject from there. And that was what happened. Came down, came into the entry, which I had here, you can see, and then started to reject, and then Bitcoin went up and created all-time highs, which I was a part of. I was really happy to be a part of history being made, right? And then after that, as expected, it was going to drop hard, right? Because after creating that all-time highs, there's going to be a lot of people looking to sell it at all-time highs. It's just common, right? And then look at it came there and just very, very big drop from like 69K. It came all the way down to, God, I was at 59, 58. That was like almost 10,000 or more, right? Yeah, that's more than 10,000 move to the downside. That was expected. I knew that was going to happen after Bitcoin created all-time highs. I was expecting it already. And when I saw it got all-time highs and reject, I was like, yes, they started selling it down. But I knew it wouldn't last again, because after that 69, it's still going to get to 70. This is just, if you have been trading Bitcoin for a while, you will know. All right. So I knew it's going to drop hard, but then it's going to go back up again. And then I saw another opportunity on the 2 hours, but it didn't fill me in this time, right? You can see this was my entry. I had this at 64,600. I was looking to buy that all the way to the all-time highs again to create a new all-time highs, but that didn't happen. So that didn't happen. As you can see, demand supply, wanted to buy at 64,500 rather. 64,500. Yes. So it didn't get there. It didn't pick me and then just went straight to 70,000. So I received a notification yesterday. Bitcoin made all-time highs at 70K. Right. Really, really amazing. All right. So now what is going to be my projection for Bitcoin now? Now that we've gotten to 70,000, let me check daily time frame. I mean, we've gotten to 70K, all-time highs have been created. Let us see. So what's most likely going to happen? I think it's still going to go up, to be honest, right? But then maybe there's going to be a little bit of move down. I'm not so sure. I've gotten the trades I want, the liquidity I want to capture. So now I'm just going to keep looking at what's going to happen. All right. So I'm not going to give this what's going to happen. What I know for sure is it's still going to go up. Right. I don't think whoever has been projecting it going up, 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 up is just going to take it to 70K. I think that they want to do more. Right. So, but then I'm just going to be on the sideline monitoring it as to what's going to happen. Right. So that's it for Bitcoin. Okay. So the next one is going to be NZD CAD. NZD CAD. So this is the only trade I have running left. I got activated yesterday on Friday, and I mean, I was already up a lot this week, so I'm grateful for that. So NZD CAD is the only trade I have running. So on the daily time frame, we've been looking at NZD CAD for a long time. You guys know that, right? We've been looking at NZD CAD for a long time, and we had on Friday we had CAD major news. And then we have NFP, right? So NFP and CAD was a major news on Friday. And going to the 1 hour time frame, we've been looking at price right from this area below. We wanted price to go up, and look at how amazing the journey has been, right? So price is not taking out the high yet. That's not taking out this one also. But then I think they will, right? But then let's just wait and see what's going to happen and how long it's going to take. But then I got an entry on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, yesterday, right? So I got activated 17. That was the end of the New York Q zone, right? Because I like to trade from like 2 to 5. I mean, that's what I've been doing this week, right? Might change, but I mean, I just enjoyed it this week, right? And then so I got activated exactly at that 17, and then I mean, it's up, right? It's up a little bit, went in profit, and now it's down again. So I'm in. Market has closed. I'm in profit. What's gonna happen going into the week? I just hope it will not, gap down and just take me out. Let's see. Okay, I'm not risking more than usual, so I'm okay whatever happens. All right, but then I'm still in on NZD card. I hope this is gonna go well. All right, so for NZD card, higher pricing, I'm still looking at higher pricing. Even if this hit SL, I'm gonna wait again, look for entry to look for higher pricing because going to the daily, all the time frames are still projecting higher pricing, right? That's why I'm still positive on this that it's going to go up until proven otherwise. Then I can start looking for lower price. You know me, I can change my buyers really quickly if the candles are not telling me or are not projecting in that direction. But for NZD card, it is still projecting towards going up. I'm still going to be looking for higher pricing, right? So that's it for NZD card. Still higher pricing. And then Katu, I didn't even trade this one, but I just want you to know that we've actually taken out the highs I was anticipating. So if you took this, let me know in the comment section if you were able to get it on Katu and you were able to take it all the way to taking out the liquidity. Really, really amazing. So this one trade idea complete. Let's remove it off the radar. And then for Euro GBP. Now, Euro GBP, I was wrong. I said it's going to go up, it's going to take out the liquidity, but that didn't happen. So my analysis was wrong, but at the same time, I'm happy because now I know they want to come for the lows. And this is why I said GU might still go up because now we are trading the euro against the pound. And if the euro pound is going to go down, that means the pound is going to gain more strength. That's going to pull euro down. That's why I said GBP USD still most likely is going to go up. So for euro GBP now, we are close to the daily liquidity to the downside. So ladies and gentlemen, start preparing for entries, start preparing to look for opportunities to go down, right? So me going into the week, I'm going to be looking for opportunities to take this bad boy to the downside. Right, so that's it for Euro GBP. And then Euro JPY, this one also, when I checked it on Friday, I saw, oh, it didn't take out the high again. So, and then I was like, okay, it's coming down, it's coming down. Why is it coming down? Right, I'm seeing this imbalance here. You guys know how we did NZD card now. We've been with NZD card for a long time, right? Same thing, same kind of setup, equal highs. Then you had that liquidity. NZD card captured liquidity and started to go up. That's what I want to see for Euro JPY also, right? Now we have internal liquidity. That's the liquidity within the range, right? We have these lows here now, just like that NZD card setup, right? So daily lows. So what I want to see is a lower pricing, sweep the liquidity, and just start to go up from there, right? Might not happen. I don't control the market, but I've seen patterns like this happen often and over again. That when I see it, I can say, okay, this is what is most likely going to happen, right? I just showed you for NZD card. So keep an eye. Maybe that's what we're going to have for Euro JPY. So inside this area, most likely we're going to get a buy opportunity if the institutions want to start aiming for higher pricing, right? And I hope we can get an entry. It's really, really going to be amazing for us. So for Euro JPY, keep an eye. Lower pricing, it's going to sweep the liquidity. It is definitely going to sweep this liquidity, right? Okay, and it might not, but it's going to sweep the liquidity. And then maybe higher pricing from them. Okay, and then AUD AUD this one refused to go down, right? I mean, it came here to that imbalance at first, came down, and now it's back up again. So this one, permit me to remove it off the radar for now. Okay, so let's take it off. Okay. I'm not sure what this wants to do anymore. So that's off the radar. And then lastly, Euro NZD. Euro NZD also, we've been waiting for this to take out these lows, right? But then it's just been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right, so now it's in between. I don't know if you want to come down, if you want to go up. I'm just waiting. Right, so this is it. Euro NZD, not so sure yet what's going to be the play, but I'm going to have it on my radar, keep monitoring assets. And then when it's close to the liquidity, we will get an entry on lower time frame, right? So guys, this is the trade ideas I'm looking at for this week. So for a quick recap of everything, for the dollar index, maybe we're going to see lower price and more because of this liquidity. Euro USD, higher pricing because of this liquidity, right? And then NASDAQ, I said on the 4-hour time frame, it might come down to take out this liquidity to the downside, so keep an eye. And then for Bitcoin, I said I'm just going to stay out because right now, all the liquidity I want to be captured, I want the institutions to take out, they're taking it out. So I'm just waiting to let more candles print and make a new decision. On an NZD card, I'm in presently on a 1-hour time frame. I got in, and I hope it's going to end up in profits. And if it doesn't, I'm still positive on NZD card going up. We'll look for more entries, and we're getting. And then Euro GBP price is so close to the daily liquidity now. Let's wait for this to load up. Oh, what's going? Okay, yeah. So Euro GBP now on the daily time frame. Sorry, my network is a bit slow. So Euro GBP on the daily time frame, I'm looking for lower pricing. Keep an eye on that. And then Euro JPY, I said this imbalance for a play. So wait for price to sell down. You can even get an opportunity to take out these lows, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, lower time frame. Just keep an eye. Okay, and then for Euro NZD, like I said, I don't know what it wants to do yet. I'm just gonna wait. All right, so these are the assets I'm looking at for this week. This week was an amazing one. I hope next week will also be the same for me. Right. So thank you so much. Do have an amazing trading week ahead, guys. Bye bye.